Hello, my name is Heather Robertson, and today I'm going to be showing you a savory dish that you can enjoy with your family. And this dish is a noodle type casserole and will be a great option for you and your family during the fall and winter months. Today I will be showing you how to make a simple green chili chicken noodle casserole. First, you want to make sure that you have washed your hands before preparing this dish and that all surfaces that are being used have been sanitized. These practices will help kill illness-causing bacteria and keep you and your family safe from getting sick. So for the recipe, there are a few ingredients that you will need. First, you will need one 16-ounce package of whole wheat noodles. Next, you will need 3 cups of cooked chicken, and we use the canned chicken today. And next, you're going to need one 16-ounce container of Greek yogurt, and then you're going to need 2.5 cups of shredded Monterey Jack cheese, one 15-ounce can of green enchilada sauce, and one 4-ounce can of chopped green chilies. Added to this, you will need some mixing spoons, measuring cups, a 9x13 pan, and a mixing bowl. I would like to point out that we are using Greek yogurt in this recipe to provide the creamy texture to this dish. Not only does it provide the creamy texture, it also gives you beneficial bacteria and nutrients for your gut health. And also added to this is there's more protein in the Greek yogurt than there is in non-Greek type yogurt. However, you can use non-Greek yogurt if you prefer. So to start, we need to go ahead and preheat our oven to 350 degrees. Okay. And then make sure the temperature is right. And so 350 degrees will ensure the safety for your food. So we need to go ahead and start cooking the noodles. So you go ahead and take out the noodles. And you can see that our water is boiling. So we'll dump that in there and get our spoon, kind of get them covered. Okay. And so we chose whole wheat noodles for this recipe because they do have more fiber than the non-wheat type noodles, which will be your white noodles. And so the fiber, what it helps with your gut health and your digestion. And so it's just another added nutrient that you can kind of add into your diet. And so one interesting tip, if you wanted to help prevent your water from boiling over, instead of adding salt to it, you could actually put a wooden spoon over it. They say it's an old wives' tale, but sometimes it works, and so it just helps pop those bubbles so it doesn't boil over. One tip that you want to keep in mind is you don't want to put a lid over the top of this because it heats it up faster than if it was to boil over, and so it will boil over if the lid is on. Also, you don't need to add salt to it to keep it from boiling over. That's just added salt in your diet, and so this will just help prevent that. So next, these noodles need to cook about 10 to 15 minutes. So we'll set the timer. Okay. 12 minutes seems to be the sweet spot when it comes to cooking noodles because you don't want them too done. You want them to have a slight firmness whenever you bite into them. So 12 minutes seems to be the sweet spot for noodles. And so once the noodles are cooked, which we're going to wait our 12 minutes, and while they're cooking, we're going to go ahead and start mixing our other ingredients into the mixing bowl that we have. While the noodles are cooking, we can go ahead and start mixing our other ingredients that we need. So first, you're going to be using, we're actually using a pre-cooked chicken in the can, but you can use any type of chicken. You can use raw chicken, and you can cook it yourself, but you need 3 cups. And so one good thing about the can is it's already measured out for you. So we needed 3 cans of the pre-cooked chicken. You can also use prepackaged, pre-cooked frozen chicken in the frozen section at the grocery store. And if you wanted to make it simple again, you could use a rotisserie chicken that's already cooked at the grocery store. So now that we have our chicken in there, next we're going to add our Greek yogurt. So this is a 32-ounce package of Greek yogurt, and we only need 16 ounces. So we're going to go ahead and only add half of this. And so that's actually 16 ounces. So 16 ounces is going to be 2 cups because there's 8 ounces in 1 cup. So we're going to measure out 2 cups of this Greek yogurt and go ahead and mix it in here. Okay, so we're going to get our 1 cup. We're going to go ahead, and you can see kind of the thickness of it. You can see the thickness of the Greek yogurt is going to be thicker than the regular non-Greek yogurt, and that's just because it has that added, or not added protein, but it has more protein in it than the traditional non-Greek yogurt. And so there we go. We'll even this out. You just flatten it on the top, and then we'll go ahead and dump it. Okay, we need one more because we need a total of 2 cups, which is going to be 16 ounces. Come on. Okay, so you're going to even it out on the top, and then you dump it. There we go. Okay. I'll go here. Okay, now that we have our Greek yogurt inside of our dish, we are going to add the enchilada sauce, which is just a 15-ounce can. You can get this at the grocery store. I'll go ahead and dump this. And then you just dump the whole can in there. It's really simple. Next, we're going to add the chopped green chilies, which is just a 4-ounce can. If you're like me, you can add more. Adds a little more flavor, but we're just going to add 4 ounces today. We'll throw that away. Okay, and now we're going to get our mixing spoon, and you just kind of mix this all together. You can see kind of the thickness of the yogurt. It's going to take a little bit of mixing just to get it very thoroughly mixed. Okay, so I'm going to get this nice and mixed, and then we'll add our Monterey Jack cheese. So I think you heard that beeping. I think that our oven is preheated. So let's get this nice and mixed. Okay, so now we need to add 2 cups. So the recipe calls for 2.5 cups of cheese, but we're going to save half a cup of cheese to add to the top of the casserole. Kind of adds a little bit of fun at the top. So we need 2 cups of cheese. Okay. So you'll just level it out. You can see that it's in there, and you can just dump it in there. And we need 1 more. There we go. Kind of dumped out there, didn't it? But we can clean up later. There we go. Okay, so you go ahead and dump it in there as well. We'll put this to the side. Okay, and then we're going to mix in that cheese. It's going to be so good. Get it good and mixed. Okay, and I'm going to go ahead and stir the noodles just so they make sure they're not sticking to the bottom, and they're not. Okay, so now we're going to get our 9x13 pan, and you're going to go ahead and spray it down with either an olive oil spray, or you could even use a vegetable oil and kind of smear it on there if you don't have cooking spray at home. But we have cooking spray here, so we're going to go ahead and spray this. Okay, and since it is a casserole, you want to go ahead and spray all the sides of it and the bottom. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to go ahead and dump this entire mixing bowl of the filling inside the bowl. It already smells good. Okay, now that our timer's gone off, our noodles are ready. Again, that was 12 minutes. So I'm going to run to the sink real quick and dump out the water. And what you're going to need for this is you're going to need a colander. And what this is, it's a metal bowl that has holes in it, and so the water can go through, but the noodles don't go through. And so I'll put that in the sink, and let me drain these real quick. Okay, and you can see that I put the colander inside of the pan that was used. This kind of ensures an easier cleanup because you don't have the water dripping, because you can kind of see that there's water dripping out of here, and you don't want that on your counter. So you can either, there's two options of mixing the noodles in. You can either mix it inside of the noodle casserole dish that you already have, or you can do it in the mixing bowl. I'm gonna go ahead and do it in the casserole dish, and that's just kind of your preference and what you prefer. Okay, now that we have that mixed, let's mix in the rest of our noodles. It was just too much at one time. There we go. I'm gonna take this to the sink real quick. There we go. And then you just mix this in very thoroughly and evenly so that it bakes nicely. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is you're gonna flatten it out, because you're gonna add that ½ cup cheese on top for flavor as well as kind of a presentation, how it looks. So I'm gonna go and put this over here with my dirty dishes. So we have our cheese, and we have our ½ cup measuring cup. And then we're gonna dump this in here. Okay, and we use the shredded cheese here today, but if you wanted to, you could actually buy the block cheese and shred it yourself. It's just kind of what you prefer. And so you have your ½ cup of cheese, and you're just gonna sprinkle it on top. Give it a nice sprinkle. Then we'll get our spoon and just kind of thoroughly sprinkle it, okay? And next, the next step and final step is gonna be to put it inside of the oven for about 20 minutes, and then it's time to eat. Okay, so now 20 minutes are up. We're gonna go ahead and take out our dish. There we go. And you'll set it right here on the counter. Okay, you can see our finished product is complete. You want to do it as long as it takes to heat all the way through. And just another note, you know, the side salad or a colorful vegetable will kind of add a little bit of color to this because it is kind of beige, but it smells delicious and it's going to be a great option for you and your family. Thank you so much for watching our cooking class. If you liked this recipe and you want to see more, you can click like right below this video, and you can also subscribe to this channel. And we're going to have constant influx of new recipes for you to try. And so we hope that we can show you more.